Verizon is the leading US mobile phone operator with over 105 million customers using Wi-Fi, LTE and fiber optic networks.
Right, so now we've gone to the other extreme and we're talking about a mobile operator that operates in an environment in a country which is very rich. This company has ARPUs, average revenue per user, is well in excess of $60 per person on average. So that's about 700 rands average per person. That's about 10 times higher than you'd find in a developing country. Remember, it's not just about the mobile network, which they now own 100% of. They also have about 6 million customers with fiber connections. That's people who use a fiber line to the home to watch TV and also to access the internet.
Market cap here of a whopping $200 billion, PE of 19.4 and a dividend yield of 4.5%.
Yeah, so Verizon is an interesting sounding name, but it basically came from the East Coast Atlantic Bell. So remember when they split up AT&T in America 3 decades ago? At first it was called Atlantic Bell, and then it acquired a bunch of other businesses, GTE and so on. Its most recent transaction was to buy the Vodafone 45% stake in Verizon Wireless in the United States for over $100 billion. So they leave it up using debt, which is readily available in the corporate market. So if you buy this one, what you're buying is the preeminent operator in the United States of America.
Which is not a bad bet, considering we've seen traction in the overall economy, consumers looking much healthier in that environment.
Right, and the share price reveals that it's been moving steadily higher. I do own some of these. When I go to America, I get to the airport, I make sure I get a Verizon SIM, I put it in. Sometimes you can't get one and you have to get the AT&T product, which is hugely disappointing. But
well, you can tell us, how does Verizon compare with China Mobile in terms of service offering?
It's a lot better, let me say, because unlike China, where you kind of roam and find yourself on 3G networks the minute you go out of town, in Manhattan, look, I don't know, maybe that's cheating because there's so many people there and the infrastructure is so good. The 4G coverage is outstanding. So your network connections are always excellent. Remember, people use these guys to watch TV as well. So you get all of your stuff via cable.
Content provision, just changing the game completely.
People get a bundled connection.
Can I ask
with
you,
all
you
of the stuff.
mentioned 4G. I just want to, it was a conversation I had on the way to interview Shamil Yusuf, the CEO of Vodacom, yesterday. Do we get 4G? Have you seen 4G on your device at any stage in South Africa?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm on an MTN network and I've got an LTE SIM, but you normally have to get a SIM which is up one level in order to get onto that network. They don't tell you that you've got to get...
LTE
well, then LTE
well.
4G is the same thing. So it's just a question of whether you are seeing it on your phone, which could be a function of the settings. Okay, but
back to Verizon.
To Verizon. Look, I think the interesting thing here is it sounds like it's an absolutely no-brainer to buy, but remember, this is an intensely competitive market.
So margins are already
Again, there's a problem there, and the capex required is enormous, and so there's this game to see who's going to get the biggest infrastructure spend in and who's going to have the quality network. Their biggest competitor is AT&T, but in addition to that, you've got companies like Comcast and others offering a cable solution. You've got Dish and all those kind of people with a satellite type offering.
So this is not a business with a very strong moat around
Plus, remember, you may have heard echoes in the US media about net neutrality. That's where the government wants to penalize companies if they allow preferential access to high-speed networks, which is a huge problem, because if you've spent hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars on a fiber network and then the government comes along and says you can't charge people a premium service for a premium price, well, then you've got real issues.
Again, the business model just doesn't make sense.
And it could be then that you've got that regulatory risk. I think they will fend it off, but for me anyway, I like it. I think people underestimate.
I thought you were going to definitely go not hot there, but no, you again swung it and surprised us. So
I'm
hot.
going to go with not.
On
I'm
Verizon,
going to go hot on Verizon as well. Hot, yeah.